A look at the Lakers as they got off the team bus after arriving at the arena. A stunning and with tip-off coming up.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for LeBron James.
His assist numbers in the past 5 games have gone in the wrong direction. He's been out of sync with his teammates, sort of playing on an island instead of as part of a 5-man unit.
And now the Lakers starting group. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Morris, and it's Schroeder in a point. And for Dallas, Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. The kick out to LeBron. Morris outside, and Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future, we're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
And James throws it down.
If you're going to step in front of LeBron James, we're going to question your sanity. Just a freak of nature.
Schroeder against Doncic. Right side, Porzingis. Rejected by Gasol. Now the Lakers on the break. Nobody near Schroeder. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Morris. The shot will not fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and defensively, boy, did they trust one another. Communicated well and just made it very difficult to get good looks in that one.
You knew they were on a string all night on the defensive end, and it always helps when someone got caught out of position, help was on the way.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Mavericks making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. It's LeBron with the drive, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Imagine LeBron gets a step on you. It must be like a steam engine coming at you to the rim. All you can do is foul him.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber, and it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. 11 points for him in that last game against Oklahoma City.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy. Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
It's LeBron with the drive. Does not find the target. That makes him 3 for 5. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
A pull-up. That one a little long. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. The Lakers beat them last time when these two teams met in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, their starters got into foul trouble, and it felt as if some of the calls were ticky-tack, no doubt, but nonetheless, damage was done.
James. Mavericks with the rebound. Now, Brunson. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. pass to Porzingis, so they take the lead.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Here's hammering it in.
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Knocked away. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
Montrezl Harrell, opportunistic with his defense, makes a play there.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Porzingis high post. Now here's Brunson. G right on him. Lock at 6. Johnson against Kuzma. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
It's LeBron with the drive, and that one is good. LeBron's got 14 points.
Well, 6'8" and 200, who knows how many pounds, but the King, one of the most apropos nicknames in sport.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And we return to the second quarter, and no Gelatina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Cauley-Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
I'll tell you this, Luka Doncic will never turn down an opportunity to finish at the rim. He's elite and loves those opportunities.
Lets it go with the 3. The Lakers with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop." Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. James. Pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Morris. Banked in off the glass. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
This guy moves so well with the ball in his hands, and Doncic knows how to initiate contact and get himself to the line when he puts it on the deck.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the second quarter.
If he sees a lane to the rim, Doncic will capitalize. Nice drive.
And again, no good by the Lakers.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 4-point Dallas lead. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Brunson scanning the floor. And Doncic, here we go. Count it. Doncic has got 14.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And that's an intentional foul. And the Mavericks making a change here. Finney-Smith's checked in. 34 seconds left now here in the second. That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Schroeder. Richardson against Caldwell Pope. They swipe it. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Harrell slams it in.
There is such incredible awareness and feel for the game. Marc Gasol, such a good passer.
Passes it to Johnson. Inside, here's Richardson.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 14 points and 1 rebound. And a little redemption. And that'll do it for us. The third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in a point guard.
Well, Luka can get himself into the paint with consistency, and boy, does he make that a high percentage finish.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. The ability to flip the switch, right? LeBron James, he decides it's time for me to score a little bit right now. Let me give my team a little bit of juice.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. The high post shot. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson. Doncic has got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs. On the wing, James. Doncic right side.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's James. He's got 20. Finished off by LeBron.
Now, don't give LeBron James a lane to the hoop, because he will be ruthless in his attack. He takes advantage anytime he sees daylight.
And here is Doncic. 20 points for him. By Doncic.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And the Lakers call time here.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the...
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Cauley Stein against Harrell. Here's Doncic, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Doncic, no good on the free throw. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Exactly. And they double up Doncic. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
The Lakers with the ball. Schroeder against Doncic. And it's Schroeder missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Tries to save it. Harrell drives in, and Harrell slams it in.
Well, coaches love seeing this from Dennis Schroeder. Recognize the situation, find the open teammate.
Now Now here's Doncic. He's covered closely. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Burke, he's checked in for Dallas. Jalen Brunson comes in for Hardaway. And then for the Lakers, Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Dennis Schroeder.
Well, he might be a bit undersized, Montrezl Harrell, but he plays bigger than the frame suggests. Hold on.
36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Throws it up high, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Kuzma outside. Got a piece of it. Cauley Stein against Harrell. Kuzma passes to Harrell. With 1 on the clock, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Burke is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson. Mavericks on D. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Boy, they don't waste any time on that inbound play. Very little the defense can do to react to that one.
And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Gasol, great positioning on the putback.
Boy, that big body, those long arms, so hard to keep Marc Gasol off the glass.
Pass to Powell. From the baseline. It's hauled in by LeBron. Lakers trail by 8. Stripped away. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And there's the pass to Cauley Stein. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Nice shot by James. LeBron's got 24 points.
The defense really doing their best to body LeBron James, but he is just a physical beast who cannot be contained.
It's stolen. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Horton Tucker. That's good.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
And Burke has it in the corner. Powell inside. He's against Kuzma. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 6. He kicks to Cauley Stein. From deep. The Lakers with the rebound. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And the dunk by Powell.
How about the ups of Dwight Powell? He's making these lobs look easy.
Gasol drives in and finished off by Gasol.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Brunson with it. Pass to Powell. No one near him. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, James. Guarded by Powell. Poke loose. 3-on-3. Cauley-Stein dishes to Powell. Back to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Burke kicks to Finney-Smith. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Here's Powell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Marc Gasol.
Now Powell really using that length of his to draw fouls. Great anticipation from the young big.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Powell with the steal. Doncic with it. Now guarded by Schroeder. From downtown. Out to Porzingis. Passes it to Doncic. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. But they get it back. Launches it. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Doncic. Powell, the pass to Doncic. They get it back. Shoots over Schroeder. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Even early on in this one. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
Championship on Twitch. You won't want to miss.
You're looking live and down at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. And the Clippers starting five. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wing.
Yo, this is the 2KMC, and this is also your chance to learn about the upcoming events in the neighborhood. This weekend, check out Big Top Challenge. The fun is larger than life, and so are the heads. On Wednesday, get recreational and head to the rec, because all day long, you can earn double rep. Next weekend, if your My Player is a 7...
The beaches of Santa Monica. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal number for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. Now here's Schroeder. Morris. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Down low, here's Ibaka, and he banks in the layup. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history.
Here's Beverley, following the basket by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. To the inside, Leonard. And the layup is good.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Schroeder passes to Caldwell-Pope. Batum with the steal. George against Caldwell-Pope. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. They get it back. Outside for George. Bangs home the trifecta.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
The drive by LeBron. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now Morris. Paul George missing from long range. James outside. 5 to shoot. Here's Gasol. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And they brought the energy. I thought played well, but both teams really put on a great show. Unfortunately, someone had to lose.
Nothing to hang their heads over. When you have 2 evenly matched teams on a given night, it's anyone's ball game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Caldwell-Pope kicks to Gasol. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. You know, Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington. One-on-one here. Here's Harrell. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Back to Morris. Pass to Zubac. There's Jackson with the 3. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Williams. Back to Morris. Williams trying to break free. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Morris. Harrell against Jackson. Here's Zubac. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Lakers trail by 3. And that one's good. Caruso.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Outside Williams. There's the pass to Zubac. The kick out to Williams. The feed now to Jackson. Bucket is good.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Out to the right wing. Passes to Caldwell Pope. Feeds it to Harrell. Back to Caldwell Pope. And it's in there. Caldwell Pope's got 6.
All heart from Caldwell Pope there, using every ounce of strength to muscle that shot in.
Williams looking over the floor. And stolen by Kuzma. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top, up by 1. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Morris is out there with Kennard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Jackson in at the 2 spot.
Defensively, you want to take away LeBron's driving lanes, but his speed and power still went out.
Rebound by Williams. The Clippers trail. A 3 from Morris. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
The drive by LeBron. And the dunk by LeBron.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
Williams inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Caruso. And the rejection by Zubac. It's good on the putback.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Williams. Pass to Kennard. Over James. And that one hits back iron.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Outside Williams. To the middle. Here's Morris. Pass to Zubac. And no good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
Williams finds Zubac. 6 to shoot. Here's Jackson, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Here's LeBron, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
no doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great player. Schroeder against Beverly. Schroeder outside, and that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
The defender gets caught in a bad position. LeBron powerful enough to convert through contact. Let's see what he does at the line.
Free throw good, LeBron. You know, Steve, one thing you admire about LeBron, how he shapes a possession for his team. He'll create situations where he gets a mismatch or helps his teammate find one.
You know, Kevin, LeBron will use his high screens to just kind of shuffle defenders, make them think. Once he sees an opportunity, he'll pounce all over it. You can see him do this the most at the end of close games.
The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And now it's a 3-point Laker lead.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. 40 seconds left to play here in the half. And Ibaka slams it in.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Jackson against Schroeder. He dishes it to Gasol and finished off by Gasol.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
This is a close-knit group. They feed off one another's energy.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Nobody near Schroeder, and another basket for the Lakers.
And for Dennis Schroeder, that's a shot the defense will give him because of his ability to blow by people.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for... Thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period as it was. Thanks for joining.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at James, what a contribution.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last two quarters.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. From the high post, and yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Caldwell Pope's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers. Beverly feeling it out a bit. He feeds it to Batum. And it's Beverly missing.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And Batum kicks to George. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. James. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
George, no good.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back. Huge challenge at the rim. The defender could not have played that any better.
Leonard with the bucket.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. And it's George finishing it off.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And James throws it down.
What's so impressive, the defense is trying to make adjustments, but LeBron's making even quicker reads.
And here's George for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
And it's James missing.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
And stolen by LeBron. And it's the Lakers on the break. And LeBron throws it down.
That was a great job creating in transition. LeBron, using his speed, puts himself in a position to attack.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Jackson taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And that one drops for him. Jackson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pulls up on the elbow. The offensive rebound. Harrell. Here's Caruso. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
Clippers trail by 3. Left side, Williams. Inside. Jackson kicks to Williams. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Lakers leading by 3. Schroeder, left side. Dishes it to Harrell. Lakers working the ball around now. Here's Kuzma. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The crazy intensity of Montrezl Harrell, using it to perfection in order to get calls.
And both free throws good for Harrell. Clippers trail by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Schroeder looking around. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Schroeder's got the lead up to 7 now for the Lakers.
Not one to back down inside. Schroeder likes to get right into the teeth of the defense.
And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter. Lakers lead by 7. And we're coming right. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Paul George is out there with Williams. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 3. That's tipped. Zubac with it. Now guarded by Harrell. By himself. And it's Williams with the jam.
Lightning speed. Lou picks the ball clean. Gets it up ahead. That's a nice play.
Lakers leading by 3. Here's Caruso. Shoots from the right block. The shot is good off the backboard. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
For the Clippers, Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Morris. And
insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Some room here for Schroeder. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
The Lakers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Basket good.
Adding to this lead, he's been dependable and consistent at the offensive end.
Beverly against Schroeder. And that one's good. Beverly.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Caldwell Pope with it. Leonard picks him up. The drive by James outside for Caldwell Pope. The pass to Morris. James against George. LeBron can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 5. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Batum. Batum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Schroeder passes to Gasol. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Lakers lead by 5.
Love the effort from Marc Gasol. Physical defense, but he wasn't deterred.
Here's Beverly. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the dunk by James.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play. Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Lakers leading by 4. Here's Schroeder. Batum grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Gasol kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Gasol demands the ball when his team needs an important basket. Just remarkable initiative on his part.
To the paint, here's Beverly. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Patrick Beverly plays with a scorer's mentality. Takes the opportunity to step up.
The drive by James, and the dunk by James.
One of the league's great competitors. The second LeBron catches the ball, you can see he's looking to rise to the occasion.
George with no one around. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Schroeder dishes to Gasol, and Gasol slams it in.
The calm attitude of Gasol, not letting the moment overwhelm him. Just taking his time and finishing off the bucket.
Schroeder against Beverly. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments. Your go-to guy in these situations, LeBron, has been here before plenty of times.
Morris with the ball. George picks him up. Here's Schroeder. Count it.
This is where the point guard position is going. Dennis able to manufacture points in critical moments.
And George kicks to Batum. Back to George. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. That shot is off. Good D by Gasol. And it's the Lakers ball. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Fires from deep. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Out to the right wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 5. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, LeBron James.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And the Clippers miss again. And so the Lakers take the win. It was up for grabs right until... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
man. We giving the community the showdown they want. Best offensive player versus best defensive player. I can't wait to get started, man. This is going to be a movie. Make sure you tune in.
Hi, everyone. So a moment now to see the story for Paul George.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings midseason?
You know, for travel distance, yes. And there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year. But we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever. So that's not going to change. But sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 16s, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And stolen by Richardson. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of it, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Chalk up 2 there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Beverley. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. George finds Ibaka, and he lays it straight in.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Doncic outside. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Here we go, 1-on-1. Beverley for 3. Ibaka, the pass to Batum. On the wing, George. Richardson cover. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
Doncic against Beverley. Doncic passes to Kleba. And here's Porzingis.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Dallas also making some changes. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Williams with the ball. Out guarded by Porzingis.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Richardson the pass to Porzingis. Back to Richardson. Makes it off the glass.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Now here's Jackson. Last game he had 12. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Kennard for three. And no good. And it's Dallas the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. I mean, their squad really got after it.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Williams in the post. Brunson covering and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Well, it was the Clippers. Their last game, a loss to the Wizards in Washington. And the pass to Porzingis. Inside. And then jammed down as he goes right over Ivica Zubac.
Boy, a creative finisher who throws it down with ease at 7-3. Put the ball in Porzingis' hands, and he'll occasionally wow you.
Now here's Jackson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Williams with the ball. Zubac kicks to Williams. Knocks it loose. Here's Kleba. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Mavericks lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from State. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Johnson. Cauley Stein is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the 2 spot. 5 to shoot. Here's Kennard. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Back to Brunson. Pass to Johnson to the wing right side. Here's the lob to the hoop and the dunk by Powell.
Got to give it up for Powell now. I mean, he excels at rising off the ground to punch home these alley-oops.
Jackson against Hardaway. Jackson down low. Pass to Kennard. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
A different look for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Dallas also making some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Johnson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
Way downtown, Doncic testing the limits of his range there.
From deep, George. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks leading by 9. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. And Doncic, here we go. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Boy, with the basketball IQ of a 15-year vet, Doncic makes plays that even veterans struggle with.
George passes to Zubac. Kennard for 3. Kept alive. The Mavericks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Pass to Cauley Stein. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Zubac finds Morris. Back to Zubac to end the run. And the dunk by Zubac.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Doncic with it. George picks him up. Back to Richardson. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Doncic against Beverly. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. On the wing, Doncic. Defended by Beverly. Shot from 12. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Powell against Morris.
Come to me.
To the middle. Outside for George. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Boy, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
Beverly against Doncic. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. Excellent D there from George. That will count. And the last second attempt does not go in for him.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to Luka Doncic has been the story in this week. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. And that's...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Mavericks leading by 12. Doncic outside. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Zubac trying to break loose. And it's Beverly missing. Now Doncic. He's got 15. Now the pass to Kleba. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Pass to Doncic. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Beverly. And that one is off. Nice D from Porzingis. Out to the right wing. Over in the corner, Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Hardaway. Doncic has got 19 points.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
Come get it. Come get it.
And a deep three from George. No good from outside.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Mavericks, James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Richardson.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
Porzingis looking it over. The Clippers grab the miss.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
A different look for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubats. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. The Mavericks also with a sub. Owundu's checked in, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Batum attacking.
And the execution in their half-court offense has left a lot to be desired this half. Just way too much one-on-one and not nearly enough ball movement.
Hey, yo, right here.
Hardaway kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Porzingis. Here's Hardaway. And yes, it's good.
Tip your hat to Hardaway Jr. there, guys. I mean, even in the face of aggressive defense, he stays focused and delivers.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Outside Leonard. He dishes it to Ibaka. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Ibaka's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Hardaway passes to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Williams. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Substitution for the Mavericks.
There's 57 seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Porzingis passes to Powell. Here's Finney-Smith. Kennard covering. From 8. He doesn't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Mann. And it's good for 2.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Brunson. Porzingis with the ball. And he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you can't allow Porzingis to get this positioning, guys. I mean, he's too big and skilled, and he showed it there.
And Williams, here we go. Yep, that one goes.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
And here is Hardaway. Here's the lob to the hoop. And so it's Dallas, controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position.
You know, I like seeing Porzingis work his magic from there, guys, making great use of this spot on the floor.
George, no good. Mavericks leading by 22. Richardson with it. George picks him up. Richardson the pass to Kleba. Back to Richardson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's George. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. The pass to Porzingis. Kicks to Doncic. And Clark, because of COVID, the timeline for this season has been altered. Are you ready for more summer basketball?
Man, I tell you what, Kevin, I'm not sure. I've always been a proponent of the season being shorter at the NBA level. I know it's impossible. The toothpaste is out of the tube in terms of obligations on the media front. But I think the league would be better served starting a little bit later, ending sooner. If summer basketball has to happen at the NBA level, I would hope it's the last time we have to do deep summer basketball. I think it's more of a winter sport that trickles into the late spring versus being a summer game at the pro level.
The 3 for Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Leonard, he's checked in for Williams. The Mavericks also with a sub. Johnson's checked in.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
On the wing, George. From deep three-point range and taken away by Johnson. Doncic against Beverly. Doncic outside. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. Shot clock at 3. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Clippers trail by 20. Here's Beverly. No good that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Johnson surveying the floor. To the inside. Doncic outside. Kleba kicks to Doncic. Goes up to the stripe. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound in this one. Leonard attacking. Ibaka outside. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kicks it out to Leonard. And stolen by Richardson.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
the confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself.
Well, he couldn't help himself. Couldn't resist. That really was a spectacular play.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
And it's Doncic missing. Clippers trail by 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Mavericks.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And I felt like by making those sharp in-game adjustments, they've really taken control of this season series now. This win will move them to 2-0 on the season with 2 left to play against Los Angeles.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
First personal foul. Substitution for the Mavericks.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Burke, and he lobs it up.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for some. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony.
Here's how it all went down.
Scott Cole with you. We got 32 of the best players across Xbox and PlayStation 4. And actually, we got some really great games going on right this very moment.
Let's start with round.
And now your Los Angeles.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. And it's Schroeder in at the point guard position. Now here's Doncic. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Marc Gasol.
How about the finish from Luka Doncic? My goodness, go ahead with the hammer.
Here's James. Down low, Doncic with the steal. Schroeder against Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. And of the early surprise teams, Doris, some have fallen by the wayside, but some may be for real.
And isn't that one of the most exciting aspects of any season, Kevin? You watch a team perhaps outperform expectations. We see a good team take that next step and become a real threat for a title. Like, there's so many storylines that develop over the course of a long season. I can't wait. Now, LeBron James will inflict pain at the rim when he gets free like that.
Doncic against Schroeder. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And finished off by Doncic.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Now here's LeBron. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Morris passes to LeBron, and the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That's his first foul. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. James looking around, and finished off by LeBron.
But that's a specialty. Flying to the basket with no fear and conversion.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Doncic outside. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And here is LeBron. Gasol on the high post. The pass to Caruso. Back to James. And the dunk by LeBron.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game. So many offensive skills in his toolkit. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
Morris outside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. An 11-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Hardaway against LeBron. Passes to Caruso. Now here's James. He's guarded close. Gasol finds James. Just 5 to shoot. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know that Marc Gasol is going to pursue the rebounds. It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. He won't give up on a play.
Here's Brunson. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Caruso. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Powell pulls it in. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Yeah, but as a team, you actually love a win like that. You're struggling from the field. You don't have your best stuff. Still, you find a way to gut out a win.
Now, here's Caldwell Pope after LeBron James's miss. Fast break, Dallas. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway up top. He had 19. Oh!
How about that burst of speed? Tim Hardaway Jr. Whoa!
LeBron outside. And LeBron throws it down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Here's Richardson. Draws contact on the... And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes Greg, to make the right call. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Harrell is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Dallas moving the ball around. Richardson the pass to Powell. And Brunson has it in the corner. And the rejection by Harrell. And here's the fast break. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. Whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
The Mavericks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And what I like about Cauley Stein is just how hard he plays. Really, both ends, a scrappy player.
Schroeder surveying the floor. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Doncic outside. The dish to Cauley Stein. And here's Porzingis for a three. Rebound by Harrell. Lakers trail by 6. Here's Kuzma. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Free throw good, Kuzma. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role. Tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
Mavericks leading by 5. Pass to Finney-Smith. He kicks it to Richardson. Porzingis high post. Shot clock at 6. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, Luka Doncic has an innate sense for when his teammates are open, and boy, does he deliver it.
To the middle. Porzingis with the block. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. Just to Porzingis. From 15 feet away and off the front iron, and in it goes. And now it's a 9-point Maverick lead. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Kuzma kicks it over to Schroeder. Back to Kuzma. To the paint. Porzingis with the steal. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Hardaway's checked in for Josh Richardson.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Doncic outside. And there's the pass to Porzingis from 12 feet out. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Porzingis. Doncic has got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs. Lakers have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Here's LeBron. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
Just fluidity that LeBron plays with. His ability to change direction on a drive so quickly. Incredible.
Doncic outside. Six to shoot. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. James kicks to Gasol. Stolen. On the wing, Doncic. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, go get it, big fella. Porzingis with the skyscraper.
Caldwell Pope against Hardaway. James outside. Porzingis with the block. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he jams it with authority.
There is such incredible awareness and feel for the game. Marc Gasol, such a good passer.
And so it's Dallas. Ahead by 9 is... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, 4 assists, and
happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Oof. That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
This guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
On the court for the Mavericks, we've got Johnson. Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Doncic, and it's Cauley Stein in at the center position. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Well, it doesn't take much for LeBron James to find his rhythm. The king right now making it look effortless.
Passes it to Marjanovic. Back to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
And once Schroeder was asked to name his favorite NBA city, I believe it surprised a lot of fans when he said Milwaukee.
That's right, Greg. But he cited the strong German culture there. Schroeder, of course, went straight from Germany to the NBA. He relied on his athleticism early on, but now he's seeing the game much better, plays under control, can lead the team. He has had a tremendous amount of growth.
Brunson against Schroeder. Marjanovic passes to Brunson. And he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And the rejection by Marjanovic. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. They get a hand on it, and it's the Mavericks with the ball. Mavericks leading by 12. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Johnson outside. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Hardaway. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Richardson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And Morris has got the ball here for Los Angeles. Gasol kicks to LeBron. Back to Gasol. James outside. And James throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. Now here's Richardson, guarded closer. 1:51 left in the third. Hardaway from outside. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Marjanovic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs. LeBron outside. And the dunk by James.
There you go. I mean, this is the time to get aggressive. I mean, they need to keep feeding him the basketball.
Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. Hardaway kicks to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. It's LeBron with the drive.
If LeBron gets speed at the rim, it takes a couple of steel walls to slow him down. And even then, he'll finish the job.
43 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Richardson. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Gasol passes to Caruso. The lead now in single digits.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Mavericks leading by 8. Richardson outside. Dishes it to Hardaway. Marjanovic passes to Hardaway. And it's Hardaway slamming it down.
Well, let's see the vertical of Mr. Hardaway. Go ahead, sir. Pretty dunk.
Here's James. Off on the layup.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Horton Tucker in a two-guard. That's the Laker 5. It's Schroeder with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in. Schroeder's got his first basket of the night.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
Ollie Stein at the elbow. Now here's Burke. D right on him. From deep. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. Pass to Burke. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Cauley Stein throws it down. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
Kleba finds Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Here's Schroeder, up and in on the layup. Schroeder's got 4 this quarter.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
High post, Cauley Stein. Burke, the pass to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. The feed to LeBron. And LeBron throws it down.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Brunson's got the lead up to 12 now for Dallas. Here's Horton Tucker. Burke covering. Horton Tucker, that's good.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Now here's Brunson. .152 left in the 4th quarter.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Lakers trail by 12. Horton Tucker, the pass to Harrell. Kleba with the rebound. The Mavericks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. To the wing on the left. Back to Brunson. The tray. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by LeBron. On the clock. Cauley Stein kicks to Finney-Smith. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. And Los Angeles guys shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Josh Richardson comes in for Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Caldwell Pope. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. That time working inside. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Mavericks.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting... And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
LeBron passes to Caldwell Pope. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. It's tipped. Now Doncic. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very...
to win by 2.
Oh, he gets it to go!
In round 2 of the PlayStation bracket, Onus put an end to Luckershot's Cinderella run. And Zeb moved on as the 12th seed. Also,
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Paul George.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the 5. Beverley deciding where to go with it. He kicks it to Ibaka. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And this is the time of year when teams can start to lose their focus just a little bit. How tough is it, do you think, to stay motivated at this stage of a long season?
Well, teams who have big aspirations, Kevin, aren't suffering through any of this. The other teams that are trying to be acutely aware of the potential of their team are watching their players very intently.
Oh, the power on that throwdown!
Unreal. Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Beverley dishes to Ibaka. Gasol with the steal. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Beverley. It's rebounded by Schroeder.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
George against Caldwell Pope. Ibaka, no luck.
Yeah, not really much of a flow offensively yet. Only 1 of 4 from the field.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Takes it from 10. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. The Lakers also making some changes. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Marc Gasol. And Kyle Kuzma is subbed in for Markieff Morris. Count it.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Out left to the wing. Ibaka, the pass to Batum. They'll double him with Harrell. And stolen by Kuzma. Pass to LeBron. And the dunk by James.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Caldwell Pope on the wing. Pulls it up. And there's another one for the Lakers.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Williams dishes to Ibaka. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And the defender overcommits a little bit. Ibaka too quick for him on that move. Earns a trip to the line.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Marcus Morris comes in for Leonard. And it's Kennard in for George. The Lakers also making some changes. Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Morris against James. The shot that time not on target. And the Clippers will come the other way. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, lots of sloppy play in that one. Several key miscues. They just couldn't overcome the mistakes.
Well, their defense wasn't exactly solid in that game. So if they could make up for mistakes by causing some turnovers, it might have helped. They didn't even get those.
And stolen by LeBron. And it's the Lakers on the break. Kuzma with the ball. And that one drops for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now, here's Kennard. Defense right on him. Williams passes to Ibaka. And he gets the whistle. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harrell kicks to Kuzma. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And it's Harrell missing. Clippers trail by 9. Here's Morris. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Even with all of the impressive number of seasons under his belt, LeBron James retains this kind of remarkable drive and competitive spirit.
7 seconds left in the first. Here's Jackson, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
We've got Luke Kennard. Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Jackson in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Lakers passing it around. Over to the wing. Out to Morris. Passes it to Gasol. James against Kennard. Just 5 on the clock. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Here's Gasol. And the shot is long. Clippers trail by 13. Morris inside. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the powerful frame of Morris. Difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Beverley with the ball. Gasol covering. Here's Morris, and Gasol sends it back. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. For the Clippers, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And Georgia subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Alex Caruso. And last season, Marcus Morris's name, one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Outside for Jackson. And again, no good by the Clippers. Lakers leading by 13. Fast break, the Lakers. Here's Horton Tucker. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy, he would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, Paul George can get very shifty even with that kind of frame, and he fights his way through the contact.
Here's Schroeder. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Left side Gasol. And he converts the layup. And the Lakers lead by 17.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
George looking over the floor. Off target from outside. And Morris has got the ball here for the Lakers. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. 1:11 left in the first half of basketball. Gasol kicks to Caruso, and he comes up with the deuce.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
It's Williams with the drive. That one goes in. Williams has got his first points of the game.
So good at driving to the rim. Even though he's a little bit older, Williams still with great speed, change of pace, and picks the right angle.
To the right side. Here's Caruso. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 18. Here's George. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Caruso. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
And, well, he's been the NBA's leader in blocks multiple times. Ibaka just has that rare instinct for it. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Harrell, the pass to Caruso. Out to Kuzma. 3 seconds left. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And that one released in time, but no good. And all right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Jones, a tremendous start for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He had 12 points, and of course and that's
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kentavious Caldwell Pope really making a difference here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Taking a look at the Lakers. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Harrell is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point. Here's George. From the arc. Good on the triple. George has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Clippers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Caldwell Pope outside. To the inside. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's George. Ibaka right side. It's stolen by Morris. Now the Lakers on the break. Caldwell Pope finds Schroeder. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Outside, George. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Harrell. And now the fast break. LeBron with the ball. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
You see LeBron just shrug off that contact there. It's like nothing even hit him.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Paul George. It's stolen by Schroeder. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's a great dunk.
Freakish.
Man overboard.
Wow.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Jackson looking it over. Inside. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Check out the vision from Jackson. He doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in, and the Lakers also making a change. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. James in the post. Kennard covering. LeBron against Kennard. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. Here's Jackson, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverley is going to do his best to get you the ball.
LeBron up top. Kennard covering. And finished off by LeBron.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Morris. Zubac trying to break loose. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Now the pass to Caruso. Stolen by Beverley. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's where Patrick Beverley's defensive tenacity helps you out. Active hands, and he knocks the ball away.
Kuzma outside. Kicks it out to James. The putback. Harrell on the follow.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Both teams will make substitutions. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lou Williams.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And that one is good from Zubac.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Tipped away to the middle. Kuzma finds Gasol. Here's James. Gets a hand on it, and Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got his second bucket tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's man. James covering. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, there are some ways to fire up your teammates. That right there is one of them, thanks to Kawhi Leonard.
LeBron James on the wing. 15 points in the game. Stolen by Beverly. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Williams. Pass to Zubac. Over in the corner, Beverly. Back to Zubac. Over LeBron. Off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. Their shooting has been the big key. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Williams. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here's Williams. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And yeah. Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being.
Caldwell Pope outside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
And always a smooth athlete. KCP doing a better job of drawing contact.
And the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, at least it feels like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. Remember it like it was yesterday. Williams finds George. And the Clippers miss again.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Caldwell Pope for three. Batum with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Again, when you go from second to fourth gear, Paul George puts a lot of pressure on the defense that way.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And he makes both free throws.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
LeBron passes to Schroeder. James outside. And foul on the shot. And now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball. We'll see if the message sunk in, Kevin.
Clock at 6. Here's James. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Just shake your head at the size of LeBron James, and once he gets into the paint and gets pinballed around, gets that contact and finds free throws.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 13-point game. Morris dishes to George. Lets it go with a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. The finish, and Morris throws it down.
And the claw at work. Just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
Harrell up top. Back to Schroeder.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's George, and the lead is down inside single digits. George has got 12 points in just the second half. James, the pass to Harrell. Back to James. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Schroeder. Off target with his 3. The Clippers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. George.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring. You get good playmaking and rebounding. You get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that could elevate everything you do to have great team success.
So for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Batum in for Morris. Morris outside to the inside. Here's Harrell out to Morris. Back to Harrell. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. To the paint, stolen by George.
Guys, let's just go ahead and call this one. It's over.
You want to keep expending energy, or do you want to start thinking about the next one? Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to Harrell. George with the ball. Trifecta.
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And so it's the Lakers who come out on top here. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony.
Elgin's actions back in the day directly points to things that happened recently with us in the bubble, with the boycott. Seeing that it was done before by someone as great as Elgin made us all the more comfortable with really going out there and standing up for what's right. Elgin helped me understand that my career wouldn't be punished for doing what's right, and that this situation wouldn't be an either or. Everything that he put into motion and all of his aspirations.
Let's see some of the numbers here for Paul George.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverley. Baca is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Doncic finds Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Beverley the pass to George, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason, or in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
Now, Doncic, Paul George missing from long range. Now, here's Doncic. He's averaging just around 28.5 points a game, so many offensive skills in his toolkit. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Now, here's Doncic. It's stolen by Ibaka. Pass to Beverly. 4-on-3 break. And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Beverly.
This is the kind of physical play we saw from Ibaka early in his career. We're seeing it again now.
Porzingis high post. Richardson right side. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. That one drops for him.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now, here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Back to Beverly. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
When he's not shooting threes, you'll find Patrick Beverly at the rim.
Porzingis high post. Doncic against Beverly. Up and in on the layup. Doncic has got 6.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Kleber. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That one good for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Here's Beverly. 3-point lead. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. James Johnson's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And here's Porzingis after Paul George getting his 3 to go. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Brunson the pass to Johnson. That one misses.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Richardson. Coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Mavericks making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Morris inside. He's guarded by Johnson. Johnson with the block.
Sneaky shot blocker. James Johnson is not the biggest guy, but he has the reach to do it.
Brunson finds Cauley Stein. It's stolen by Morris. Jackson from long range. No good on the last second attempt there. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Clippers. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Throughout that verse, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
And they took advantage of some careless ball handling, some careless passing. You have to be more careful around these guys.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. They've got Jackson. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Williams. And it's Kennard in at the 3 slot. Jackson in the corner. Down low. Here's Zubac. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Good vision. Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot. Finds an open man.
The Clippers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Now here is Hardaway. He had 19 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Cauley Stein.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Here is Williams. His last outing, 16 points for him. Kennard, the pass to Zubac, and stolen by Cauley Stein. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before that.
Doncic is checked in for James Johnson.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Williams attacking. Pass to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the middle, and stolen by Cauley Stein. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge. Powell trying to free himself up, and they pick up 2. Doncic has got 10.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Here's Kennard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Clippers lead by 7. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Inside, Zubac. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Hardaway passes to Doncic. To the paint, here's Powell, and the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a pass to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Doncic finds Cauley Stein.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Doncic, following the score by Lou Williams. Doncic passes to Cauley Stein. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Cauley Stein's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Zubac. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Morris. Paul George, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Now Brunson. Paul George missing from long range. Cauley Stein dishes to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. The shot's good. Cauley Stein's got 8 points in the quarter.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From From deep, George. It's rebounded by Dallas.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
On the wing, Johnson. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. 7 seconds left in the first half. And George, here we go. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 8 points and 1 assist. And that does it for our...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. The 3 from George. It's good on the putback.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Doncic with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And they double up Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. And Doncic, here we go. He gets it in there. Doncic has got 12 points in the game.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing. And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. That still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
From deep, George. Knocked away. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And Doncic throws it down.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Beverly against Doncic. Ibaka dishes to Beverly. On the wing, George. Takes the 3. 5 on the clock. Platoon passes to Leonard. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dallas. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Kennard in for Patrick Beverly. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris is checked in for Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Paul George. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. The pass to Doncic. He kicks it to Powell. Passes it to Porzingis. The shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Oh, Leonard in position. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Brunson against Williams. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Zubac. Shoots over Brunson. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Mavericks trail by 3. He feeds it to Powell. Batum with the steal. Kennard with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. Here's Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Richardson.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of fouls.
James Johnson's checked in for Powell. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Now here's Williams. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Pass to Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Morris into the lane. And good that time. And the Clippers lead by 5.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Runs in the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Williams. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Williams has got 6.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Runs in the pass to Porzingis. Brunson, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Porzingis kicks to Johnson. Back to Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time. Costly.
Here's George. He's got 8. With 4 seconds on the clock, and George with the stuff.
Slippery play by Paul George to get inside. He ends up right where he wanted to be for the shot.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 5. And while we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Leonard on the wing. Kicks it to George. Back to Leonard. Just his first attempt. And it's in off the backboard. Leonard's got his first points in this one.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Doncic passes to Powell. Kicks it out to Richardson. The drive by Doncic. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
George dishes to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Doncic against George. Back to Doncic. Stolen by George. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And finished off by Leonard.
A terrific ball thief. PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Powell finds Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last trip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Beverly looking around. Batum with the ball. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Zingas, he's checked in for Dallas. Now off the inbound. And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks trailed by 5. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Poor defensive effort. Can't stop Richardson from scoring, then compounds the situation with the foul.
That's good from Richardson. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Leonard kicks to George. Takes a 3. The Clippers keep it alive. Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. Outside for Batum. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Doncic. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half. Morris outside. Floats it up for Williams. That one doesn't go.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
From deep, George. Good on the 3-point shot.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. And Doncic, here we go.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Williams up on top. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 1.
As the game tightens, I like Lou Williams' mentality. Never gets too high or too low.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. The drive by Doncic. And it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Burke, he's checked in for Richardson. Here's Doncic. Gets the bucket and the foul. That's on Lou Williams.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
That free throw good from Doncic.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time.
Side out.
That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
1:07 left to play in the final quarter. Leonard inside. Guarded by Hardaway. And they get it back. Back to George. Just 5 on the clock. Clippers moving the ball around.
How about the reaction time on that pass? Quick. And what good work there to get in the way of it.
Porzingis finds Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Kleba against Ibaka. Porzingis passes to Kleba. And they turn over the 21st-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Absolutely. They're within striking distance, but they have to make pretty much every shot.
The shot by George, wide open.
Count it! Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
And here's Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas again turning it over.
How big is that? Or should I say, how big might that become? Just a brutal mistake.
Hardaway with the steal. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to...